it's one of those things where like it's hard because an old series, so they have to cater towards some of the older games, right? They can't make it too crazy and too different. But I appreciate that it seems to be a little bit faster compared to Age of Empires 2, which can be very slow.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, it's much more faster. Yeah.
But speaking of fast, here we have a very fast, very quick Patito Duckling himself representing representing the CranKy Ducklings, hailing from the land of Brazil, not Salvador or Guatemala or Mexico, whatever the hell Cristiano's on about. We have Erik.
Quack, quack. And on the other hand, the player from Nigeria, the player from
Oh no!
no! Oh no, we're gonna lose him.
Feels bad, man. Mexican internet, man. Mexican internet. This is the
Mexican
real reason. This is the real reason why Cham went to Korea, man.
Yeah, about internet, I was able to get a better internet this week. I was able to change the company that I was on, so now my internet is like very good. I'm like so happy. I've never had good internet in my life. This is my first time. I feel like I'm on heaven, you know. And speaking of heaven, we got a player that's from that place, you know. He's from Mexico, not Nigeria. He's a Zerg player. We all know him, the ones who got the experience to watch this beautiful game, this beautiful scene. Here's Cham.
Ooh, and Erik going for a very interesting opener here with his gas pool.
Indeed, he's trying to play it safe. He wants to see if he's able to perhaps get a transition into a more aggressive pressure into his natural base. But there's also the chance of what we saw the last game from Erik, where he just started to drone up with the larva he was able to make. But no, this game he's gonna make a lot of links. 6 links on the way. This is gonna be a very aggressive opening, and I don't know how Cham is going to defend this. I think he does have the tools to defend because his spawning pool is about to finish. There's always hope, but unluckily the Overlord's not gonna get the immediate scout. Perhaps I think he's not even gonna get the scout at all. These Zerlings are just gonna get in. He's gonna see the first 2 Zerlings that are going out on the map, but it's kind of standard that, you know. I'm very afraid right now for Cham.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on right now, right? It wasn't just 6 lings; it was 8 lings in total that are going across the map. This shouldn't kill Cham to begin with. I mean, ideally, Erik is able to maybe snipe a drone. What's scary is the speed timing. Speed is going to be so much faster here for Erik once that kicks in.
Yeah, and now Cham is on the verge of losing a lot of drones. He needs to micro as best as he can, and the queen is gonna be saved just in the nick of time. I think that drone is gonna die, unluckily. He's denying a lot of natural mining, and the queen is gonna get sniped. And this is very good for Erik. He's delaying everything. This is the objective that Erik was able to he was looking for this, you know, and he gets it. He's now in a very good advantage. He's got a queen advantage, which is so important in ZvZ because of the larva production. And now more Zerlings are on the way. I think Erik is starting to smell blood on the water.
Oh yeah, he's not done, mate. He's sending it across the map. And again, this is scary because there's a pretty big window here where, like Cham, he only has slow lings. So Erik, he knows how much of an advantage he has, and now he's here with the rest of his lings.
Oh no, and Cham is in very huge trouble. Drones are starting to fight, and this is a very bad sign. Although he's gonna be able to defend these Zerlings, more Zerlings are on the way. Wait, no, there are no more Zerlings on the way. Oh my god, he's just going straight into roaches. He killed 3 drones, and he lost a lot of Zerlings. So now Cham is gonna be able to perhaps build some sort of counterattack, but instead he's just gonna drone because he knows that Erik is gonna be prepared for the counterattack from Zerlings. So it was a very smart decision from Cham, one step ahead of the situation. What's gonna be Eric's next step?
Yeah, like I'm also surprised that there wasn't a follow-up Ling Flood. I'm also surprised that there wasn't a Baneless behind this, where like he could have been a little bit more committed to the all-in. Instead, he decided to transition into these roaches. A very risky move. Obviously, he's still stuck on 2 bases. He also is still committed to the full wall-off as well. He has to slowly power through that. Another interesting thing is that there's no lair behind this either.
Yeah, he's gonna kill his own evolution chamber. It was just part of the wall. He's not really gonna use it. And the Zerlings now are pulling back from Cham because he already identifies that Erik is going for the aggression once again. Erik wanted Cham to drone so that he can get a window which he can attack with these Zerlings and Roaches and see if he can once again get a couple Zerlings, a couple drones, perhaps a denial on the third base. But it seems for now that Cham is doing all the right steps.
Yeah, exactly. He does have enough lings to defend. The third base is exposed and it looks like he will be forced to cancel, but look at this, Cham is looking to try and catch some reinforcements. Doesn't find any yet, and now Erik is looking to maybe push into the natural base. Oh, the Ridge Warren.
Ooh. Yeah, but as you guys can see, Cham does have a lot of units. He's got more roaches than Erik, so he's gonna be able to push this aggression back. But Erik, once again, he's able to deny Cham's attempts of going into that macro game instantly. So now Erik is gonna be able to get that hatchery much faster, but his drone count is a little bit lower than Cham's. He's winning for, I think, 4 drones, if my math is correctly. No, only 1, because he just finished 3 drones. So 1-1 is on the way for Erik. On the other hand, Cham is not making any upgrades at all. So Erik can, I think on the long term, he's gonna be better than Cham.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now Cham's got a window.
Yeah, like as you were saying, what's scary is that these upgrades are about to finish as well. Like they were started very quick here for Erik, but as you were saying, Cham is making a massive wave of lings right now. He has Ravagers, he has more Roaches, like he wants to try and go across the map and potentially end the game.
Yeah, Cham is getting Roach speed, which is a very important upgrade in this match. The Ravagers are very exposed, they can be killed by Roaches, but the Zerlings are doing a great job at tanking the damage, and Erik is starting to get into trouble. Now it's Cham's turn to delay that third hatchery, but as you guys can see, the Ravagers are just too damn exposed. They need to pull back. The Zerlings are doing a great job at pushing those Ravagers back, and Erik is gonna be able to defend this, but he because of this attack, he was not able to drone a lot, so he still doesn't have many drones at the third base. He's got none. And on the other hand, Cham, I think he's still making units because he's afraid of a possible counterattack. I think both players are even right now.
Yeah, like that was really scary. Like I want to commend Erik when it comes to his Roach micro as well. Like there was a world where he would just get surrounded and then bile down by the Ravagers of Cham, but the biles weren't finding the connections that they really needed. And now what's scary is that there's a pretty big window here where Erik has 1-1 and Cham has 0-0, and he's catching up in the army supply.
Yeah, at least Cham is gonna have an advantage in terms of velocity, I think that's the word, but the Roaches are going to be much faster because of this upgrade. He's going to be able to have a better micro trade, and the Queen's going to get sniped by these Zerlings from Erik. They are going to get into the main base. They're going to distract a lot of attention from Cham, and now he's going to try to get the third base. He's getting all the very good trades, and oh my god, I think Cham is going to start to get into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. He was pulled apart. 7 drones went down, and in the end, Cham will be able to push away this army, but the damage was done. And now behind this, Erik has to be careful not to drone up too much because he's forcing Cham to counterattack.
Yeah, he's taking a little bit of a risk, but I think it's worth it. He's got the army advantage. Cham is gonna try to get that counterattack. We also have to remember that Erik does have an upgrade lead, so he can have more chances of defending this, but Cham is spelling blood on the water. He's trying to get this game into his favor. He's pushing forward, and he's not afraid of anything.
He has no fear. 10 Roaches are on the way here for Erik, but right now Cham does have the army supply lead, but now Erik, he's getting on top of the Ravagers. Oh god.
this is more intense every second passes by. I think Erik is struggling a lot into getting these units. He just loses the Roach Warren. He does not have the tech to make more roaches. He can only rely on Zerlings. This is very bad news from Erik because the roaches are now gold in this map. He cannot lose these roaches. But as you guys can see, Cham is starting to get the killing blow, and his units are arriving much faster now because of the roach upgrade. And that 1-1 upgrade is not really you guys cannot really see that it's paying off, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Just because of the numbers. Meanwhile, oh my god, a lot of battles do connect on some of these overlords. We have links to reinforce. Finally, a backup Roach Warren is on the way for Erik, but it feels a little bit too late. And now, because of the lack of roaches, Cham is pushing through.
Yeah, and the lack of queens too. Remember, there's no larva. Look at the murals that Erik has, and this is because there's no larva injections going on right now. Now Erik is trying to buy some time with his roaches, and Cham knows that he cannot follow this army because he's wasting time on a killing blow. Let's see if Cham is able to snipe this base. It's completely exposed. Drones are gonna get sniped too. I think Cham is starting to demonstrate why he's one of the best Zergs in Latino America.
Yeah, exactly. On top of all this, he kept sniping these overlords, keeping the supply block up for Erik, and Cham takes game number 1.
That was a very back and forward game. Just like I said before the start of this series, Roach versus Roach is so nice to see, so entertaining. You never know what's gonna happen. I wasn't able to identify who was winning the game until Cham's final offensive. Oh, it was a very good game.
Yeah, like sniping that Roach Warren was huge. Like you saw like the massive bank that that Erik had, and he just couldn't spend his money. He was lacking the larva, he was lacking the tech as well. He was trying to make a wave of lings, but lings weren't really working out for him either. Like, oh my god, that was huge. It was crazy.
Yeah, shout outs to Chileno Singapuriano. That guy's from a nation, so hello, mate. And also, I'm very excited to see what's gonna be the follow-up of this game. What's gonna be the decision making of both players. Erik was able to dominate the early game, but Cham was much more decisive on this mid-game stage of the game. Instead of making the upgrades, he made a much more important one, which is the speed of roaches. As you guys can see, he was able to reinforce much faster his roaches. He was able to control them much faster also. I think that now this player Erik, he's thinking about, how did I lose this game? I had an upgrade advantage. I was on
two upgrade
control
advantage.
yeah. But that, I think that was kind of like the thing that Cham was dominating. He was much faster with his units. He was able to take control of the map because of this, and he didn't drone. Did you remember when you said, "Oh no, he's droning"?
Yeah,
Erik is droning. This is such a gamble, you know, and it was, and that's what he had to pay. That was the price of making those drones. Unluckily for him.
It's something that we all learn the hard way as Zerg players, especially in ZvZ. Like, sometimes you drone, you die. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of game number 2 of this semi-finals, we have the player who is currently leading this series, the Mexican Zerg player representing Team GP. It is Cham.
And spawning on the top left corner, he is the red Zerg player from CranKy Ducklings. He's Erik.
Quack.
Oh yeah, that quack sounds like he's from El Salvador. Yeah, it doesn't sound Brazilian. I think this guy could be perhaps from Peru. I don't know. What do you think about his nationality? I really think he's not from Brazil.
Why don't you show us, Cristiano, what does a Brazilian duck sound like?
Oh no! I can't imagine, man. I can't imagine. I actually don't know what to say. I'm like, what?
Oh god.
Oh no! And both players are going for a standard follow-up. I'm just trying to change the subject because I got completely wrecked by that comment. I'm just in shock. So let's just pretend this never happened, and let's hear some quacks from our beautiful friend here. I don't want to hear anything else.
Oh god, we did have a pretty interesting opener here from Erik. Like Cham, standard, hatch, gas, pool. You know, it's shock horror, right? Erik went for, I think it was another 14 pool timing. Very very interesting. But with this, he didn't go for those early links. He actually prioritized his queens.
Yeah, I think Cham right now, he's gonna have a little bit more of a supply advantage because of that decision. But in long term, Erik is gonna be able to even things up. So both players right now are just trying to dance with each other's possibilities of aggression or defense. As you guys can see, Erik just makes a couple Zerlings to scout, no aggression for him. Overlords from Cham are confirming this information, but although he can rely on the overlord's information, he's not very like confident of that, because last game he got tricked by his own information. He's like, there's only 2 links going across the map, but it ended up being 8. So like last game, Cham is like, okay, this time I'm not gonna drone instantly. I'm gonna make a couple Zerlings, then I'm gonna drone up. And he took the 2 gases. He's making the Roach Warren much earlier. Oh my god,
They
what is
both
going
did.
on?
They
Here?
both did. It was
They both
crazy. Yeah. Oh my god, it was absolutely insane. They both went for the same strategy, a little bit differently. Both gases were taken in the main base for a Cham. Meanwhile, Erik takes his gas at the natural. Both of them going for very early roach pushes.
Oh my god. Both players are doing a mirror match, I think. But I still don't understand why Cham has a supply advantage.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Cham again, he just prioritized his work. His army compared to Erik. Erik is up 10 drones, and we were talking about this before, where sometimes like droning is always a risky thing to do in ZvZ. Like he droned up hard, and now Cham is pushing out across the map with a very large army.
Yeah, at least the good news is that because he made this mirror match, this mirror build, he's got the tools to defend this. But the question is, how much time does he need in order to get a good army supply to make him feel safe? You know, Erik is misinterpreting this. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a little aggressive. Then he saw all the army from Cham. He's like, oh no, I gotta go home. I gotta defend this.
Oh god, alright, he does back off. What's important though is that again, they danced for a little bit and now the spines are about to finish up. So Erik, he's gonna be feeling a lot more secure here. Oh, he has to be careful not to lose any of these overlords. But Erik, he has held.
Yeah, Cham does not want to lose his army because he knows the possibility of counterattack can be devastating. So he's just gonna play it more safe. He's gonna back up. He's gonna be like, okay, this actually didn't work, so I'm a little bit behind, but hopefully if I drone up a little bit, I can perhaps get back into the game. But instead, I see that Cham is actually not droning. He just pulled back. He's trying to make Erik believe that he's gonna be droning.
Yeah.
Instead, he's just going to keep making more units. And I don't think that's a very wise choice, but it's kind of like the only choice left from Cham, the only hope, because this is technically an all-in.
Yeah, like what's important is that Erik was trying to go for a link scout and his link scout was denied. Like he wants to see the drone count. It looks like he's getting closer. He's going to check the third. There's nothing there. He's confirming that I should not drone. I need to make nothing but units because Cham is all in.
Oh yeah, and the overlords are completely look, the Zerling gets in.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to see the drone count on the natural base, and now he already knows everything he needs to know. He's not going to drone like the last game. And look at those Zerlings. They're trying to get in. The Grasshopper Biles are very nice shots from our companion Cham, he's getting a very nice round. He's starting to get a better trade, but Eric's still in the game. He still has a very good army supply advantage.
Yeah, exactly. That was a pretty scary trade there for Erik, where he was getting surrounded. Ooh, nice bile there on the morphing in Ravager of Cham. And as you were saying, Erik, with just a little bit more time, he is able to replenish his army and push Cham back. And now the roaches are being targeted down.
Oof, and the corrosive biles from Erik were so nice. And now Cham has to pull back. And why does Erik have more army than Cham, although Cham was able to make these units much earlier? The answer is the drones. Erik has more drones, therefore he's got more minerals. All he needed to do was to buy time, and that's what he did. Now he survived the first wave of Cham, and all he needs to do now is to keep up a little bit of drone pressure. He needs to make a couple more drones, be a little bit aggressive, take the third base. Once he achieves that, there's no way he's gonna lose the game.
Yeah, exactly. The big difference here is that now we have Banelings coming in here for Cham, but the Banelings are not really what you want against these Ravagers. There weren't any Lings to deal with them, and then GG gets called. Erik ties up the series.
Oof, oof, oof. Erik did not fall into Cham's mind game. He knew all along everything that was happening in that game. He took all the good decisions, and because of it, Erik gets this game. He's able to even up things in the series. I think they are 1-1 right now. So, oof, but that was very intense. Very nice hold from Erik.
Yeah. It was a bit of a Spider-Man meme to begin with, where they both just did the exact same thing. But as
Yeah.
as we saw, Erik was the one who droned up, and that was a scary moment. That was a very scary moment. But Cham didn't go. He didn't try to press his advantage early on. He was scared. He was fended off. Spine's finished. Erik holds, and he was also very on point with his scouting to make sure to keep an eye on Cham and whether or not he was droning up.
Yeah, Erik, he had 8 drone advantage because he was at 29 drones, while Cham was on 21 drones. So he just needed to buy some time in order to survive, and that's what he did. Then he got the advantage because of the higher drone account, and that was the result. Cham was simply not able to win. Let's see what's going to happen this game.
Yes, as this is where it all ends. This is the ace match in this lower semifinals, and we didn't get to mention it, but Darking did let us know in the last game that the upper semifinals has started. Usually we cast both semifinals, but it sounds like Trigger has a little bit on a tight schedule, so they did already begin. Trigger versus Tavo is currently playing out at the same time.
Oof. So, ladies and gentlemen, representing at the bottom, oops, at the top right corner. Oh no! The bottom left corner. Okay, let's stick into it. He is from CranKy Ducklings. Erik. Oh my god, what are you? What's happening?
What are you doing? Who are you following? Where is your camera?
No, I was following
Gustavo?
What was his name? No. I was following
Darking?
Darking's camera.
God damn it.
I was like, what is this guy doing? I was trying to cast Cham. Now Erik.
Oh my god, and spawning. It's been a while since Cristiano's done this. It's okay.
Oh my god, I got so scared.
Spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have El Mexicano himself. It is the Blue Zerg player representing Team GP. It is Cham.
That's how you should present a player. Don't be like CristianoX, okay? That's the lesson you guys are gonna learn today. So be proud, because these types of lessons do not appear every single day. So this is kind of like a miracle. That's how you positively see this circumstance that I just lived. And on the other hand, 6 Erlings are on the way. Erik once again trying to be aggressive, trying to be tricky. Let's see if Cham can get the information that he needs, I think he's not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. For the second time this series, we do see Erik going for a very fast pool opening compared to Cham. The Lings are sneaking across the map, but only 6 Lings compared to the 8 that we saw in game number 1. So we'll see how much damage they can get done. We'll see if they can get on top of one of these drones. We'll see.
Yeah, Cernings are now arriving. This is very exciting in the sense that I don't know what's going to happen next. A couple Cernings are coming from Cham, so I think he's going to be able to defend this without any issues, unless he loses a couple drones. But in this case, he's fighting with everything he's got. 2 drones are dying. What?
Yeah.
Oh no, he just lost 2 drones. I was like, he's defending this so well, and all of a sudden 2 drones died, and he's able to escape with 4 Lings. So that was a good trade.
Very nice trade, and I love this from Erik as well. So obviously, the downside of going pool first is that your gases are so much later compared to Cham, and because of that, he skips Ling speed, goes straight into a Roach Warren.
Yeah, I think that's a very good choice. All he needs to do now is to secure a wall, because if Cham is able to identify this, he can perhaps make a lot of Cernings and abuse this fact that there's still not many roaches on the map from Erik to defend a Zerg, a Link flood. But as you guys can see, Cham does not have the units in order to scout this, so he's playing kind of like blind. I don't know where he's gonna get the information.
Yeah, exactly. And because of that, Cham, he isn't making a wave of Lings. He isn't being aggressive. His third base is being delayed. The drone could be picked off. Oh my god. Oh.
It was very close. But unluckily, unluckily Erik was not able to get those drones. And third base is on the way from Cham. This is a very risky move because he's playing without any information at all. Now he sees the roaches, and because of this third base, he's very exposed. The queen is there without any creep to escape. So if the roaches get on top of that third base, he's not only gonna lose the third, he's gonna lose the queen. It's gonna be a very expensive loss for Cham.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we have Link speed behind this. Erik is Link flooding to help support these roaches, this early push, and now Erik, he's going for it. Behind this is also very interesting. +1 carapace is on the way as well to help support his entire army, but the roaches of Cham are just coming out.
Yeah, the Cernings have tried to do a job. A couple roaches arrive from Erik, more Zerlings are joining the battle, and roaches are starting to die from Cham's side of the map. And this is starting to get more interesting because the reinforcements from Cham are much more closer, therefore he's gonna be able to defend for now, and Erik's aggression is been pushed back.
Yeah, and something that's interesting is that Erik, he's not stopping. He made another wave of Lings, he's making more roaches, there's no third base, there's no drones, like he is very committed to this.
Yes, the fact that he's not making a third base tells the tale. Look at how Cham is making a wall with roaches. It's a very nice move from him. The Zerlings are not going to be able to abuse the fact that they can run into the main and kill some drones. That's not going to happen with Cham. He just knows everything. He's one step ahead of the game, and now Erik is in a very awful spot.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, we see a third base, but this is like plan C for Erik. He wanted the game to end earlier. Ay. Now he's forced to do what he can. His roaches are being morphed into Ravagers. He's trying to clear up whatever overlords he can. He's trying to catch up. But Cham, with his economic advantage, he's already working on that lair.
Yeah, he's working on +1. He's also gonna make the upgrade for the roaches to be much faster. On the other hand, Erik does not have that possibility, and he's in a very bad spot.
Oh.
But let's see, he's gonna be able to snipe the hat-trick with the Ravagers. That was a very nice move from Erik. He's able to get away with this army, so that's what he needed in order to stay in this game.
Yeah.
But now there's a very high risk of a counterattack, and if he's able to survive this counterattack, he's gonna be in a much better position.
I am shook right now. I didn't think that he could get the third base, but he piles it down, he snipes it, and now Cham, what's he gonna do? Even if he does go for a counterattack like Erik, he's the one who has the army supply lead, he's getting the third base, he's down in drones, sure, but like Cham, like he's still stuck on 2 bases.
it was so fast. The DPS from those
Yeah.
Ravagers were so high. Just like my voice and my accent and everything. I'm just high, you know. That's something you guys didn't want to hear. I know. I just wanted to say it. I just want to let you guys know. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm off drugs today. I'm off drugs.
What is
And
happening right now?
on the other hand, Cham is literally he's literally prepared for the counter attack.
Oh!
He really wants to make something out of those units. The Zerlings are gonna catch a little bit of those roaches, and he's making the X. He didn't really want to lose the roaches, so he turns them into Ravagers, which is a very nice choice. And the Zerlings from Erik, that's all he has. He cannot lose those Zerlings because that's one of the most important units that he has in order to let Cham know that he's still on the danger of losing because of the army supply.
What's important though is that Cham was getting distracted by all those things, and now in come those Ravagers. Mate, it's the hatch.
No, are
Hit
you
squad.
gonna do it again?
Is he gonna bile the hatchery? No, he doesn't go for the bile. Not yet, but the Lings are taking it down. Oh, okay, he backs off.
Ooh, he hits a couple corrosive biles. So the Ravagers have a much better DPS than the normal roaches, but they are
Oh!
much weaker.
Oh!
Oh my god, what a trade from the Ravagers. Those Ravagers have been doing miracles. That's a very nice micro from Erik. He's gonna be able to get away with this. And nice job from him. 7 drones, 8 drones are being killed on the other hand. And Cham is starting to fall a little bit in supply. Erik is starting to build perhaps some hope, some chances of defending this very nice aggression from Cham.
Yeah, that's the scary thing though, right? Like, Cham is still ahead, very ahead in the army supply. He's pushing on forward. He has a lot of roaches. There was some amazing biles earlier, but like, there's still plenty of roaches for Cham.
Yeah, there's just too many units. Unluckily, Erik was not able to win the economical battle, although he was able to snipe the third base. Cham had a much better economy because he was able to drone much faster. So GG well played. Cham is going to be able to advance into the finals.
GG, well played. A very close series there between these two players. Oh my god, Erik was doing so well, but as you said, he had very few drones to work with. And even though he was keeping Cham on 2 bases, like, Erik didn't really have the worker count to make up for that and take advantage of the fact that he had a third. He was just really using it for larva.
Yeah, the thing is, while Erik was on 7 drones mining the minerals, with 3 drones mining 1 gas, on the other hand, Cham had both gases completely saturated, and the natural base was also completely saturated in terms of minerals. So he was just in a very good spot. It didn't really matter if he loses the third base, as long as he's able to maintain an army advantage. Because he already won the economy battle, and Erik was trying to build a miracle because his build was not able to do what he really wanted to do, which was to kill Cham, or at least leave him without drones at the natural. Cham is just too good, you know. He's able to drone, he's able to identify the aggression and prepare himself to defend the push. I just don't know how he does all those things. I think Cham has got a very nice ability to calculate the amount of drones that he needs in order to counterattack the strategy of the opponent. And I think that was the virtue that allowed him to win the game. So I'm very happy to see Cham winning this match, and he deserves to be in the finals.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he was very aware of the state of the game, right? Of like the economic situation of Erik, and he knew like the advantages that he had. And I mean, that just goes to show how strong of a player Cham is. You know, there's a reason why he went to Korea. You know, there's a reason why he's on a Korean team as well. Like, he's an amazing player.